y'all, and I am back in this mother with another video. So, what's up y'all? I am back, and as you can tell, it has been about 2 to 3 weeks since I posted my last video, and the title of this video should tell you why, and that is because I had my baby girl. I was doing videos on YouTube before about my pregnancy, updates and stuff like that, but I didn't expect to have my baby girl when I had her. I expected to be at least be able to upload another video before that happened, but I was not able to. So, yeah, but you guys probably didn't realize I forgot to say, welcome to my channel if you are new here. If you have been here before and you're an oldie but yet a goodie, welcome back, and thank you for coming back to my channel to watch this video. Now, like I said at the beginning, this is a long story, so I kind of just want to jump into it and let you guys know all about my birthing process. So, let's get into that now. So you guys, first off, I wanted to start by saying I planned on recording, but my hospital had a strict rule about recording, so I was not able to record, even though my sister took some pictures and was recording on the low. Not the whole thing, but some of it. Yeah, because she didn't push out her baby. She got a C-section. But I'm actually going to start the day before I gave birth to my daughter. So, my daughter was born March 5th of this year, of course, at 7:05 p.m. I actually went into the hospital March 4th. Now, I remember that night, actually, early that morning, I was having these back contractions. Every hour they would come, and I'd be able to go back to sleep, and then they'd come back, and when they came back, they hurt really bad. Now, at around probably 3 or 4 in the morning, I got this one really bad contraction, and I screamed. I could not help but to scream my little head off because it hurt so bad. I remember my mom getting up and my brother getting up. Everybody woke up, but they got up because they were more worried. And my mom comes into my room are you okay? I'm do I look okay? Do I sound okay? No, this shit hurts. And she was guiding me through it, telling me to breathe. Not that I really wanted to hear that. I didn't want to hear anybody telling me to breathe. That was the last thing that I wanted. But I was soon able to go back to sleep. I kept waking up every hour because of the contractions, of course. Around 3 or 4 o'clock, I was having really, really bad contractions that I couldn't get to stop. And they were coming more often. Instead of them coming every hour, they were coming every 5 to 10 minutes. I get up, go in my sister's room, actually take me to the hospital. She was the only one here, and she had her son, so she couldn't. I called the ambulance on her phone, and I called the ambulance on her phone, and they came about 5 minutes later. They took me to the hospital, the ER. It took about 10 minutes to get. It took about 5 to 10 minutes for them to get here. It took about 10 to 15 minutes for them to get to the hospital, and then it took about another 5 to 10 minutes to get me upstairs. And I was highly upset at this point because I just wanted to get in the room and get it done and over with, see how dilated I was and all that stuff. So I get upstairs and I go into labor and delivery, and when I got up there, they made me, as you know, if you're a mom, if you don't, they make you pee a cup, then change into their gowns, take everything off. I did all that, and my contractions were coming. I was still able to answer questions, but I wasn't able to do what I used to do, which was I would be able to play a game or something. I couldn't do that when I had my contractions this time because they were so bad. I remember about an hour later, they had got closer together. They were a minute to 2 minutes apart, and I wanted to get her out of me, but I couldn't. Ooh, sorry. Might have to figure out a way to get that off the camera. But yeah, I I got upstairs, answered the questions, and then I kept having these different doctors come in asking me questions when I was having my 1 to 2 minute contractions, and I didn't want to hear any of it. Them talking to me was the last thing that I wanted. I was in too much pain to answer questions. I'm just like, it's already in the file. Like, why are you asking me questions? My contractions are hurting. They checked me to see how dilated I was. I was only a centimeter dilated. Now, I was a centimeter dilated on my due date, which was about 4 days before, and I was hoping that I was further dilated than that, but I wasn't. It was a shit out of luck, so I was not. But yeah. After that, my contractions started hurting worse, and I have an allergy to oxycodone. So they wanted to give me medicine just to like help me, but they didn't know what to give me because they couldn't give me this medicine. What is it? It's morphine. They couldn't give me that. They were afraid to give that to me because they were afraid that I'd have an allergic reaction, because some of the stuff that's in oxycodone is actually in morphine. So I was like, I'm in way too much pain, just give it to me. Like, they were like, okay, we'll test it. We'll, give you morphine in an IV, and if you don't have an allergic reaction to that, we'll give you morphine in a shot. So that was kind of what I had to, I had to take it or leave it, and I took it. And they were like, if you don't, if you're not able to calm down and get more dilated, then we have to send you home and you'll have to come back. So I was able to actually go to sleep with the morphine. The morphine did not give me an allergic reaction, so whatever was in it I was not allergic to. And they went and talked to the doctors, and after a while I had gone up to 3 centimeters about an hour and a half later, and they were like, okay, we're going to admit you and we're actually going to induce you today. Now, I had an IOL, which is induction of labor, scheduled for that Thursday, but they wanted to induce me then and there. So I was like, okay. So I got admitted into the hospital. People kept asking me questions, and I kept having these contractions. I remember after about an hour, 2 hours, I couldn't take the pain anymore. I wanted the epidural. Now, I did not plan to get epidural. I wanted to do it naturally, just go through the pain, but I couldn't. The pain was so bad to bear. People say that when you get Braxton Hicks, those are kind of like how bad your contractions will be. No. That was not my case. My Braxton Hicks just made me feel like I had to poop. My contractions from 1 to 10 were like a 300 because they hurt really bad. I remember asking for the epidural. They took forever to give me my epidural. Like, I was able to get it right away. It took the anesthesiologist about 20 minutes to come upstairs, and I am screaming in pain at this point. Like, I am in so much pain that I am screaming for someone to help me, to give me some kind of med. People keep telling me you can't scream, you have to think about it, push through it. Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, stop telling me to breathe, stop telling me to push through it. Like, I was very, very annoyed at that point, and I was being a little bit of a D, and I didn't want to hear any of it. Like, I'm trying to breathe, stop telling me to breathe. Like I said, I want medicine. Like, where is the doctor at with my medicine? You guys are pushing it right now. That's kind of how I was with them. And I remember after about 20 minutes, the anesthesiologist, I guess they call them, came upstairs. They had got me ready, positioned in the bed and everything. And then the anesthesiologist leaves. I was upset. I was very, very mad that he just got up and left. It made me mad. It pissed me off. I kind of didn't know what to do, and I screamed. I felt like the only way I was getting anything at that hospital was when I was screaming in pain. So I was like, okay, like, you guys want to play. I'm going to play with you. So I screamed. Every time I had an interaction, I screamed. I was annoyed. And then about another 20 minutes later, the anesthesiologist comes back, and they're like, you need to reposition yourself in the bed. And I'm just like, okay, if I was in the bed correctly before, you could have gave me the epidural and then left and went on about your business. Instead, you're out there talking and laughing, and I'm in pain. I had this one doctor, I think she was a midwife or a nurse. I don't really think she was a doctor. And she was the one who got me the epidural right away. Like, after a while, she was like, okay, this girl's in pain. Like, where are they? We need to get them to give her some medicine. So I got an epidural. Now, I got 2 epidurals. The first one came about an hour and a half after I asked for the epidural. And it numbed me. I was able to go to sleep, even though I still had nurses and people coming in and out, like, trying to make sure I was okay, bringing me ice, telling me to breathe and stuff like that. Because it's not really contractions when you get an epidural, it's more like pressure. So I was having like this pressure against my stomach. My little girl was very stubborn. She didn't want to come out when I needed her to come out. She wanted to take her sweet little time. About 2 to 3 hours later, I remember one of the nurses telling me to turn around on my side because she needed to do something. I'm not sure what it was. I was too, like, I wasn't very coherent. I was kind of, like, zoned out because I was tired and I wanted to sleep and stuff. And my epidural came out. Yeah, the epidural came out. And no one noticed. I had asked if it was still in my back. One person said yes. And then when it started to wear off and I started getting those contractions again, I was like, there's no way it could be it. The lady was like, they had you moving and turning so much that your epidural came out. Now, believe it or not, I was completely numb on my right side. My left side was numb, but it wasn't as numb as my right side was. Like, my right side, I couldn't move my leg without help because that's how numb it was. My left side, I could move it, I could still, like, do everything, but I was able to feel more on my left side than my right side. I just remember asking for another one. That one I got right away. That second one I got right away. They did not make me wait. They called the anesthesiologist. They told him he came out. And then he came upstairs, put another one on my back. And, yeah, that one was much better. I didn't have to worry too much about waiting an hour and a half after I asked for an epidural to give another one. I'm so sorry. I'm just a little tired. A little worn out with my baby girl. So, when I got the second epidural, it lasted up until I started pushing. So, you guys, I was looking at these notes that I put down here. Just in case you guys are wondering, I took my bottom denture out. That's kind of why my mouth looks different right now. But I wanted you guys to know how long I was in labor for. And I was looking at my notes, and I was actually in labor for 28 hours and 5 minutes. This is from the time I got into the hospital, which was 3 p.m. Monday, March 4th, until my daughter came out of me, which was at 7:05 p.m. March 5th. So, yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that. So after I got the second epidural, it never really came out. I was still sleeping on and off, watching TV, eating ice chips, and that stuff there. So the second half of my experience was not that bad because I slept or watched TV most of the time. At 6, I do want to tell you guys, when I went into the room where we push at, I was 8 centimeters dilated. No, I was 6 centimeters dilated. Then that was at about probably like 8 o'clock the next morning when I got transferred into the next room. And I did not become 9-10 centimeters dilated until around like 6 o'clock the next, like that night, the 5th of March. And it was crazy because they were like turning me over from one side to the other side because like I was more effaced on one side than I was on the other. So they kept like flipping me around and stuff, and I think I went through about 5 of those bags they put in the epidurals that they use for epidurals, I'm guessing. The medicine, I went about through 5 of those bags within the time period of being 8 centimeters dilated, because, well, 6 or 8 centimeters dilated because my little girl just wanted to be difficult. My water did break on its own. They wanted to break my water, and they were like, okay, well, we're going to break your water. We'll be back. By the time they got back about 5 minutes later, my water was broke, and I was quite happy. So I did not need them to break my water. My water broke by itself, just in case some of you guys were wondering. So at about 6, on the 5th, at about 6 o'clock, I was calling my family, telling them I am about to push. My sister and my mom get in the car, and they're on their way over here to the hospital, and they're like, we just want you to start pushing. You're 9 centimeters dilated, and when you push, they were like, push. When you push, like, we don't feel anything, so you're fully effaced. So at 6 o'clock on the 5th, I started pushing. I pushed for an hour and 5 minutes, and pushing was not hard at all. Now, I do want to say, the epidural that I got, the second one, wore off as my daughter's head was coming out. Yes, I had an epidural up until her head started coming. When her head was coming out of me, my epidural was gone. There was no more epidural. It was beeping like crazy, and I was upset. I didn't know what to do, but it was like, it's over, so I have nothing to do. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to show too much. I don't currently have a shirt on under this, so that's why you guys have probably seen me fixing this man this whole video. But yeah, it was crazy. Like I said, I pushed for an hour and 5 minutes. It was not that bad. My sister and my mom came there for me. The father of my child was not there when I pushed, but I didn't really expect him to be. So when she came out, I was just so happy to have finally got it done and over with. And I had my little girl. My little girl was 7 pounds, 11 ounces, 20 inches long, and it was crazy. It was an awesome experience actually. I love my little girl, and I think I kind of get emotional when I talk about this, but my little girl is kind of like the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I guess all the pain and the hurt and the screaming and the epidural falling out and me needing a new one, the second one just like wearing off as she came out, it was all worth it at the end of the day. I am actually not going to show my little girl in this video. One, she's not even here right now while I'm recording. She actually went out with my brother, his girlfriend, and their son so that I can clean because my room is a mess. But I will be doing an introduction of my baby girl. I will be showing you guys her, telling you what her name is, why I picked that name. I am also coming out with some more videos, but I'm going to talk about those in a minute. But that was my birthing experience. It was a great experience. I loved going through it, even though it was the worst pain I had ever been in my life. But it was all worth it when she came out. So yeah, my baby's here. She is a March baby, which is crazy because a little story behind why I didn't want a March baby and the day she came. The 4th was my oldest sister that I don't talk to like that. The 4th was her son's birthday. The 5th, my daughter was born. The 6th is my oldest brother's birthday. So it's kind of like 3 birthdays in a row. I didn't want to have her that day, but, you know, she came when she wanted to come, and I didn't have to get induced 2 days later, so I was kind of happy about that, too. So now I'm going to tell you guys about the stuff that I have coming. I have a video of postpartum coming up. I am postpartum for a little over a week, and it's easy when you're going through stuff. I had a 2nd-degree tear when my baby came out. I got about 12 stitches, and I'm going to be doing just like a postpartum thing. I'm going to be introducing my baby girl, like I said before, onto this channel. I have another video with some new stuff, this new thing that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to tell you guys a lot about that, all about it, believe it or not. And the only thing is, I can't tell you guys what that video is about right now because it would spoil the surprise. But this channel here, you'll mostly be seeing my denture stuff on here, my baby girl. I don't know if I'm going to be vlogging on this channel. I'm going to start probably when I get a little more established on YouTube and get like a camera and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to be doing a shout out in this video today because it has been a while since I've done a shout out. The last time I did a shout out was in my last video, like I said, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And today's shout out goes to Courtney Sampson. She wrote a comment under one of my videos, and it was the removable partial dentures video. And she actually subscribes to my channel as well. I will put her little YouTube thing right here. But yeah, that's who today's shout out goes to. And I actually got a new phone, just in case you guys are wondering, because my other one broke, but I still have that one as well. But yeah, that's who today's shout out goes to. I want to thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for everything that I am going to go through with you guys, and that you guys are actually going to be a part of. And I'm super happy that you guys are coming on this journey with me as a new mom. Like I said, my daughter's a week and a half old. She'll be 2 weeks old on the 19th. My baby. And I am up in subscribers. The last time I checked out my subscribers, I had 10. I'm actually up to 17 now. So I want to thank all my new subscribers, everyone who's checked out my videos. I am going to actually show you guys my most popular video, and it is this one right here. This video has 470 views on it, and I want to thank all 470 people who watched it. I am trying to get up to 50 subscribers, so you guys tell people about my channel, let them know what's up, let them know what's going on over here so they can come subscribe and be a part of our family. And like I said, thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in my next video, and my next video will have my little girl in it, so be on the lookout for that one. I am trying to upload more often, but yeah, make sure you go check out my social media, my Snapchat, my Instagram, my baby's Instagram. All that'll be in the description box below. And I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys, and like I said before, thank you so much for the support. And you know, you guys are the best supporters that I have. And I will see you guys later. Bye.